Everyone. Welcome to my Never Be Broke Again seminar, part two. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone is doing well. This stream is being broadcasted on two different sites right now. So that's why you guys are seeing me on Facebook as well. So, hello, my Facebook family and friends. And hello to everyone that's in my Never Broke Again business forum that's watching this live right now. I see your chats as well on my end. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? So, if you guys see me, I'm typing and responding. I hope everyone is having a good night and a good day because I have. If everyone tuned in to my raffle earlier, you know that I'm having an awesome day. I had good news. I've been getting my business rolling, my businesses rolling. God is good, you know, learning and soaking up some knowledge and understanding and wisdom and good mentorship. So, that's my job as a boss babe to always share my knowledge and my wealth because that's what we are supposed to do as women. We're supposed to share. We're sisters. We are supposed to form that sisterhood and share our knowledge and understanding. Now, I'm not telling everyone to give away all of your services for free. No. And to just give everything away now because, everyone has to make, something to make a living. But I'm saying, nuggets here and there, it's nothing wrong with that. So these are some nuggets that I picked up along the way and that I know that they help change and transform my mindset and the way that I thought and look at things. So I figured that I could spread the word and help someone else. Yes. So that is why I started the Never Broke Again series to just educate and to just get everyone on board and to get that affirmation out there that we will never be broke again because it's 2022, about to be 2023 before we know it. And if you're making the same moves that you were making 2 years ago, then you definitely need to tune into this webinar because this webinar is about the complacency syndrome. Yes, the complacency syndrome, and how, we all fall victims sometimes because we're all human. Just like I started late tonight, I had so much going on, and this talks about that as well. Just bombarding ourselves with things. Like, we have to learn how to slow down and woosah and prioritize because that's important as business owners. And like I say, I fall guilty, so hopefully my testimonies will help someone else as well. But I do want to dive right into the seminar since everyone seems to be already on board on the other end. So let's just get to it. Let's see. You guys know I love playing with my studio. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. All right, you guys. So let's just jump into it. Let's start off by just kind of diving into what the complacency syndrome is and what the definition of complacent means. Now, the definition here is brought to you by the dictionary, and it's basically a feeling of quiet pleasure or security. It's often without awareness or some potential danger or defect. And, simply put, that just means just being okay and satisfied with where you are, satisfied with what you're doing, and just going with the flow. That's pretty much what complacent means. And a lot of people tend to get complacent and peace mixed up, because it can be a little confusing. And like I say, we all fall short. And I know you may be asking me, well, how does this factor into business? But trust you me, it does. Your mindset has a lot to do with everything, anything you put your hands on, period. Your train of thought, your thinking, that is impaired. You have to have all that in line. So this syndrome is detrimental to businesses, and we will dive into that and get into that shortly. But right now, let's just take a look at this complacency syndrome and where it came from, and like I say, some more background on this. We're all human, so it's an innate nature. We all have complacency syndrome at some point in time, and it's okay. But we have to identify it, and we have to move forward. Once we identify it, we have to just get a hold of it. Hey, snap out of it and put some progress into it. And like I say, there's a big difference between peace and complacency. Peace is having divine peace above all understanding. You are calm, you're at serenity. There is nothing, bothering you. You are peaceful and content in a positive way, though, not a negative way, not in a stagnant nature, but in a positive nature. And when you have peace, you'll know the difference between peace and complacency now. Because complacency is assuming that you can use less energy to maintain more. Yes, like I said, it's assuming that you can use less energy to maintain more, meaning that you take on these things, you get comfortable, too comfortable, and then you begin to just overwhelm yourself, you slacken, you're not doing everything and the fullest potential that you can because you're complacent, you know? I mean, it's simple. We all, like I say, we all fall short sometimes, but there's ways that we can identify this and that we can start to make changes because it's detrimental. I mean, like I say, the beginning of any job or business or entrepreneur journey starts with your train of thought and your mindset. You have to start up here. You have to. There's no other way. Once you start up here and you start getting all of this discombobulated and cleared up, and you get a solid plan and a goal and a path and a direction, then you're cooking with grease, as the old people say. Now we're on a roll. We're beginning to make momentum and progress, and that's what we want. We want momentum and acceleration. We don't want to be at a standstill. And one or two ways that you can kind of identify, as you see here, that you're having a problem or maybe that you're beginning to become a little complacent is that it all starts with never being able to just praise yourself. And as entrepreneurs, as moms, as business women, that is something I believe that we have the hardest time with. Like, we have a hard time, you know what I mean, just praising ourselves. Like, we get so busy, we feel like we're not enough, or we feel like we're not doing enough, or we feel like we got to come harder. We're always taught to work hard. We're always taught to push, push, push. We're never taught to just kind of step outside the box and find a different path or a simpler way. We're just always so wrapped up and we're never enough. Nothing's good enough. And we have to let that go. You have to let that mindset go, because if you do not let that mindset go, you're never going to excel. You're always going to feel like you're never good enough. That means you're not going to put forth your best effort. Excuse me. You're not going to put forth, your full you. You're just not going to be into it. So it's like you have no other choice than to get your mind frame together. You have to get those things in order and stop beating yourself up and stop seeking affirmations from others. That's why I did come up with my affirmation book for teens. And now, mind you, it's for adults as well. These affirmations are for everyone. But it's important to learn how to self-affirm. We have to self-affirm ourselves. I mean, I'm not going to get too deep into the Bible with this one, but if you think about it, God created the whole earth and he took breaks. If you read the Bible, on this day he did this, on this day he did that, and on this day he did this. And along the way, God said, it is good. It is good. It wasn't finished, but it was good. So if God can say it's good, applaud himself along the way, even though things aren't done, that lets us know that, guess what? Even though we're a work in progress, even though we're still striving, hey, we got to stop sometimes and applaud ourselves. Clap for yourself. I mean, hey, clap for your small achievements, your big achievements, any accomplishments, any small goals, anything you have accomplished today. I don't care what it is. Clap for you. And you love yourself. You have to just celebrate. Sometimes don't wait for others to celebrate for you, because baby, that day will never come sometimes. If you're sitting around waiting for the next person to celebrate you, baby, I'm sorry to say, but their intentions might not be what you think, and you might never get that celebration. So learn to love yourself and applaud yourself. Learn to clap for you. We just have to get that installed in us. We have to. Now, the next segment we're going to talk about really quick is the 5 warning signs of complacency. Now, this is brought to me by, I did some research and I went through a CDC website, some psychiatric, some government sites, just to do a little bit of research before I bring you all this information. Because I'm an infopreneur. I love to research. So, like I said, the top 5 ways I found that were the most common These are things that, like I said, back it up a little, but these are the top 5 things which are the warning signs of complacency. So it said that when you're no longer striving to do your best, period, in life or anywhere else, if you're not striving to change, if you're just happy where you are, you feel like it is what it is, honey, that's, ooh, I feel bad. That's not good. We have to get out of that mindset. Gents, honeys, all of us, we have to get out of that mindset. We have to strive and you have to want more. You should never, ever be still and stop. How would things ever become invented? How would innovation come about? How would science thrive? How would things happen if everyone just felt like, oh, we're good, we're not going to strive, we're not going to do no more? Baby, I'm going to school to be a doctor. And honey, when I tell you, I know I'm going to have to continuously learn. I'm going to have to continuously work on my speech. I'm going to have to continuously work on keeping my brain sharp to be able to operate on others. I'm going to have to keep my skills top notch. You study to show thyself approved. So do not think that you could just, know it all right now. You don't. There's no way. The next step is, the second part is operating in your old ways and traditions. Now, I know sometimes people may feel like, well, if it ain't broke, hey, I mess with it. But sometimes you have to step out of those old ways and traditions. This is 2022. It's digital. Everything's changing. The world evolves constantly. So guess what? We have to evolve with it. You have to adapt. You have to get out there or be eaten. Hey, it's wake up time. Like, not wake up. You cannot be in the old days no more. We got to get with it. You got to speed up a little, and if you're having problems in this area, find a mentor, get you get you a accountability partner, or get you someone that you can trust is going to snap you back on track and help you be inventive and creative. Maybe hook up with a younger business, person with different ideas, and they can bring some shine on you and awaken your intellect and awaken your sense of creativity. So don't shut things out and don't operate in old ways and traditions. We have to break those shackles and we have to rise above that. Another thing is number 3, not willing to take advantage of new challenges. Now this is not good either, and we all come short. We all are guilty of this one. Sometimes we get scared. We don't know what the outcome is on the other side. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't want to take these big risks. We work so hard. Woo, we cannot fathom a loss. But you have to understand that successful people, they take these big risks. That's why they are successful. If you Google, research, look up any successful person, you can pick a name and you research that person. I guarantee you they take big business risks. They take risks that you wouldn't even fathom. So you can't, be not willing to take advantage of new challenges. You have to be open and accepting. And not building the relationship to grow and excel, that's not good either. You can't be so closed that you won't let anybody in. I mean, it's okay to guard your circle. And we all been taught you create that circle. It's a circle. It is what it is. But in the business world, it's a little bit different. You have to kind of be flexible with your circle. You have to kind of evaluate who you should let in and out of your circle, because you have to be able and willing to allow new people to come in, because you never know when the opportunity will arrive. So you don't be closed-minded. Hey, like the saying on the board says, if all your contacts are old contacts, then you have none. And that's my saying. If all your contacts are old contacts, you have none, because we're trying to grow here. We're trying to never be broke again. We're trying to get this business credit popping. We're trying to get these business plans written. We're trying to accelerate. We are not trying to stand still. So guess what? We have to do what we have to do, and we have to break those shackles, and we got to get with the program. So get some new contacts, rub some new shoulders and elbows, get out there and go to those uncomfortable places. Testimony time story. As you all know, I recently went to a networking business event and I was terrified. And that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be put in situations where you're nervous and you don't know what to say, you don't know how to act, or you're critiquing yourself constantly, because that is needed for growth. That is needed to keep you on your toes. That's needed. And that will put you in a barbecue or mildew position. You're going to get out there and swim, with the sharks, or you're going to get eaten. Are you going to sit in a corner all the time and not socialize and not learn new things and make new connections? Not ask those hard questions that, you get those answers to? Or are you going to just, you know, get up and get out there and socialize and get your business out there and get yourself known, get some exposure, gain some new partnerships or gain some new business idea buddies? And that's how you build momentum and speed within your organization and your company. And last but not least, you do not people that do not like risk. I can't even say it because it just bores me, you guys. People, okay, prime example. Girl, where'd you get that purse? And it's like, uh, like right there. No, man, don't be like that in business. Don't risk sharing your opinions or ideas. Now, I'm not saying give everybody your whole book of playbook. Now, no. But ask some questions. Have an opinion. Ask the hard questions. Like I said, you're never going to get anywhere if you don't ask those hard questions. Keep asking them. Keep doing what you got to do to get to where you need to go. Knowledge is power. Y'all know I preach this now. Knowledge is power. Now, like I say, you may be saying, well, Trees, what's up? Okay, complacency in business. I'm still maybe not getting it too much. But let's just check it out and see what Wall Street has to say about complacency. So Wall Street says that complacency is known as a silent business killer. Just like hypertension and blood pressure and all that stuff is the silent killer, this is complacency is a silent business killer. So all of these things that we just talked about are detrimental to your mindset when developing and growing your business. You cannot be complacent. You cannot be shut out. You cannot be stagnant. You have to be innovative. You have to be willing to be flexible. You have to be willing to cultivate. You have to be willing to move with the trends and the time. That is a successful business. If you look up any SWOT analysis, if you look up anything that has to do with businesses and their structure and their formation and their growth and development, you will see that over time, each and every one of these companies or agencies or businesses, they expanded and grew and they started adapting and changing and taking on new core values and taking on new ideas and incentives. You have to keep up with the time. So all of these things in this complacency syndrome and mindset is detrimental to your business and personal life. Also, it says if complacency takes over your organization, you can lose your competitive edge. You get dull. You get boring. Who wants a boring business or a boring speech? No one, right? Okay, so do not get complacent. Your competition gets stronger and faster, and you will not even know what happened. Before you know it, you're left dirt, dust in the wind. And they've innovated, moved on, adapted some new testing tool, or did something completely different, and they're ahead of the game one step. And all it takes people is one step. So you be that one step ahead of the game. Don't let no one else be that one step ahead of you. That's why you research and you learn and you try to be 3 steps ahead of the next. Now, lastly but not least, you not only lose your better performers because they are not being challenged, but you are also unable to attract new talent. You do not want to be in a position where no one wants to work for you or with you or consult with you or network with you. That is death. That's death. You don't want that. You want to be exposed. You want to be out there. You want to show the world who you are and what you have to offer. You don't want to be, caged up in a box. And you don't want to be complacent. So we have to take all this into consideration and know that, hey, we got to wake up and it's time to get provoked to our purpose. So we have to just understand what complacency is, what are the signs of it, what are some steps to avoid it, you ask? Hey, change up your MO. Do the opposite. Look at those 5 steps and you make sure that you're not doing those things. And you put things in plans and action to where you're not being complacent in your business or in anything that you're doing in your personal life as well. Because you don't want that to rub off on your offspring, off your spouse. No, you don't want that, man. You want success. We want to generate and exuberate success and money. It is 2022 and 2023. Like the model says, we will never be broke again. And it's okay to never be broke again. And that's why that is my motto, because we're going to learn that it's okay to say we will never be broke again. And we are going to have money and we deserve money. And there are ways to get it. So thank you for tuning in. I love you all. If anyone's interested in joining my business forum, just drop below. I will not be complacent. I am provoked to my purpose, and I will never be broke again. All right, you guys. Thanks. I love you all. See you next time.